and welcome to today's video. Today I'm super excited because I'm going to be playing around with the Kaleidos palettes. Now I thought I would do this in a similar fashion of how I did my Nabla Cutie palettes. I think a few of you liked that because you could just watch individual videos if you were just interested in one palette, or you could watch all of them if you were interested in all of the palettes. And I kind of gave every palette its own moment rather than rushing through and showing you all the palettes. So I actually have had these Kaleidos palettes maybe for 6 months, and haven't opened them yet. And I've been waiting, like I've kind of just been waiting for the moment where I can give them their own moment and I'm ready to use them, and they've just been out on my side and I have been dying to use them. So after playing with the Nabla Cutie palettes, I was like, get those Kaleidos ones out. Now Kaleidos Cosmetics aren't like a new brand, they're like an indie brand. They're not brand new, but they haven't been around for years, I don't think. They've had other palettes out, so I'm looking at their Instagram now. They've had other palettes out in the past, but they've discontinued them and they've like stuck with these palettes. I have all 5 out in front of me. So they released these 3 to begin with: the Futurism 1, the Futurism 2 and the Futurism 3. And then last summer they released with the Futurism 4 and Futurism 5. I bought these all at the same time, probably around November time, maybe like a Black Friday sale perhaps. I think I bought these in Black Friday last year because I've had my eyes on them for ages, but the shipping from America was a little bit expensive, so I needed like a bit of a sale to justify it. And then when the sale did come on Black Friday, there was like a 15% off code or something. I bought all 5 at once, and that way I was able to justify the shipping, like paying £30 odd for taxes. So yeah, I was able to justify it like that. So I've got all 5 palettes in front of me and I have no idea which one I want to play around with. I think I want to play around with Futurism 5 just because I'm feeling the vibe with my t-shirt, like the blues, the teal. I'll be playing around with all of these palettes eventually, so it doesn't matter. You know, I will eventually get around to playing with all of these. Just before we get into it, I'm trying to show you like the box and everything, just really quickly. So the box looks like this. Looks like beautiful artwork. I feel like it's a very accurate representation of what is inside the palette. So here's inside the palette, and this is the packaging for the unicarton. Everything is very matchy, beautiful unicartons. I feel like this palette is very unique in its shape. I know Dose of Colours have their sort of row of eyeshadows. I wouldn't say necessarily that this is a unique shape. We've all seen rows of eyeshadows like this, but it's a very daring 6-pan palette. It's not like the universal square ones. I think it's very different. I don't own anything like this in my collection. I feel like the packaging is so divine. So it's a magnetic closure. Hopefully the camera is focusing nicely for you. It's a magnetic closure. It has beautiful packaging on the front and on the back. It's just a complete continuation of pattern. Really beautiful, really summery, and it's kind of got like this hollow shine on it. I'm sure you can see that there. And then on the front it says Futurism 5 Electro-Turquoise, so that is the name of the palette. Futurism number 5 Electro-Turquoise. I feel like that is exactly that. Oof, look at it. So as you open it, you've got Kaleidos here, which is really nice. The continuation of the pattern, again, the artwork is amazing. And then you have a small mirror here. Hopefully I'm not blinding you there. You have a small mirror and then the shadows here. So it's all magnetic like a little book. You just put the big flap over the shadows and tighten it with the small. It's very weighty. It feels expensive, it feels luxury, but it's not weighty in any way where you wouldn't want to travel with it. It's not like ridiculously heavy, but it feels expensive. It feels really nicely made. Looking at the shadows themselves, I feel like it really reflects the packaging really nicely. I'm really pleased with this colour selection. I feel like it's so cohesive. Everything looks really nice. You've got 4 mattes and 2 shimmers. I actually do like an even split, so I feel like 2 shimmers and 4 mattes is okay. I prefer to have more mattes than shimmers because I feel like mattes you can do more with, whereas shimmers, like you can only really stamp and do finishing touches with shimmers. So I'm quite happy with that selection with 2 shimmers and 4 mattes. I think as soon as it weighs heavier with shimmers than it does mattes, it becomes a bit of a trickier palette for me, but I'm really happy with this selection. It does come with a little slip with all of the shadow names on, so you can just hold the slip across to see what the names are. I will keep the slips just because I like to know what names the shadows have, but to be honest with you, if you weren't bothered by that at all, you could just get rid of the slip. I do find the slip a bit annoying, and I wish that they would just maybe write the names of the shadow here, or even on the back of the palette. I don't know, like just something, just so I wouldn't have to keep hold of a plastic slip, but oh well. I also just thought on that, if you do want to keep the slip, I kind of thought to myself, oh hang on a minute, how would you know which way it is? Like you wouldn't know if this one was wired, or if you turn it around and read it this way, but you do read it. So you've got Kaleidos here, like that, you got it written there, and you put the slip over the same way. So that's how it is. Sorry that you're getting crazy reflections right now. So you read Kaleidos here this way up, and all of the shadow names follow that direction. So it's not the other way around. The mirror's on the top, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that's helpful for you at all, but that's the way we're going to be swatching things, so I thought I'd just mention it. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm not the best at swatches. I can do a swatch, I can show you it accurately, but I'm not like the supreme swatcher, okay? So please do not judge me if I have terrible swatches. But we're going to just do a quick live swatch of all these 6 shadows, starting from this side to this side, and I'll tell you what names they are. So this is the shade Shockwave. It's like a white. Ooh, that's really pretty. It's like a white silvery metallic. So that is the shade Shockwave. Hopefully my camera's focusing. It's like a very, very metallic silvery white with a hint of a yellowy greeny sort of shimmer. Very, very odd colour. I've never actually seen a colour like that before. It's very pretty. The next shade we have here is the shade Force Field. This one right here. It's this beautiful light turquoise. Oh my god, it felt so creamy as well. And this is the shade Force Field. Oh wow, one swipe. Pigment, love that. That's really nice. I like this so far. The next shade we have here is Voltaic. I think I'm saying that right. It's like Voltaic. I don't know. But it's beautiful, like tangerine orange. Love that. And this is Voltaic. Ooh, again, beautiful pigment, one swipe, lovely creamy matte, exciting. The other shimmer in this palette, which is the next one along, is Tron, and it's this turquoisey sort of metallic. Oh my goodness, that looks beautiful. So this is Tron. Oh my god, let me just push that about a bit more. Oh wow, that is beautiful. My god, look at that. The next shade we have here is called Digiteal, which I love, Digiteal. And this is this deep teal shade, really, really beautiful. So let's just swatch that here. Ooh, okay. Again, it might be my swatch. I'm just going to take a tiny, tiny bit more because it's a deeper shade. That is Digiteal. It looks nice. I feel like that's going to blend out beautifully. I think it was just my odd swatch there where it's just skipped a bit, but that is beautiful. And then the last shade we have in here is the shade Wired, which is beautiful chocolatey brown matte. Oh yeah. And then we'll just swatch that here. Oh, sorry. I told you my swatching wasn't great. Ooh, pretty. Okay, I really, really like that colour palette. That is really, really nice. This one is not as... It's not like on camera it's showing as nothing special, but in person it's so glittery. It's kind of got like... It's kind of got like almost a pearl with a hint of teal in the base. And like just a really interesting shimmery shade. Really interesting. It really complements all the other shades. This is a beautiful palette. Really pretty. If you like teals, this is amazing, and I love that pop of orange. Ooh yeah. Okay, so I've been looking at these shades, and I think the only thing that is throwing me off, not throwing me off in a bad way, but just like what can I do with that shade, because I want to use all of these shadows on the lids, and that's kind of what I've been doing with my Nabla Cutie palettes. If you've seen those videos, if you haven't, I'll pop them up in the eye, so you can give them a watch if you'd like. But I want to use every single shadow in this palette and create a look with them, and I'm thinking the only shade that's throwing me off slightly is the orange, because it's so vastly different from all the other colours. Like these are perfect deepening shades. This would be lovely in the crease, this would be lovely on the lid, in a corner, so on and so forth. But I'm thinking, how can I pop, like make this look pop? And I'm thinking maybe I can put this orange in the inner corner. I'm going to start by going into the shade Force Field, this really light teal right here. And I think I'm just going to, whoa, that is pigmented. I'm just going to put this into the crease. I just want to kind of start something, and I'm going to go for kind of a cat eye-ish sort of shape, I think, and just try and wing it out a little bit. I'm not really too sure. We're just gonna see what happens as we go along. These blend out really, really beautifully already. I can see that. I should have probably zoomed you in, shouldn't I? I always forget to do that. I'm also just going to drag a tiny bit of that down on the lower lash line as well, just a tiny bit. That's actually blended really nicely. I don't know if it's showing off on camera how nicely that's blended, but in person, I mean, that looks quite nice. That looks very nice for a teal. I'm then going to go into the shade Digit Teal, which is this darker shade. I'm really trying to blow kind of like the outer corner out a little bit more. I don't know what this is going to look like on the eyes. It could look really deep, or it could not look as deep as it is in the pan. I think it is, yeah, it's quite deep dark. Okay, we're going to stick to this on the outer corner. I'm working with really small amounts here. I don't want to slap too much on at once and then get really muddy. I don't want it to all sort of merge into one. So I'm just working with small amounts and just working it into the outer corner and into the crease a little bit too. Okay, I think that's kind of how I like it. I'm just going to repeat the same on the other side, and yeah, I think that's kind of deepened it up quite nicely. Okay, now we've got that down, I'm going to go into the shade Tron, this one right here, this really beautiful sparkly teal shade. I'm going to go in with a flat brush, I think. I'm going to go in initially dry and see what it looks like. We can always wet the brush, use my finger if necessary. Oh damn, it's not necessary. Okay, wow, beautiful. Oh my god, that is literally stunning. That is literally, this is dry. Can you imagine what it would be like wet? Holy smokes. I will just take a bit of setting spray on my brush just because there are quite a few glitters in there and I don't want to like have them all running down my face. So I'm just gonna tap it over what I've just done with that setting spray on the brush. And then just tap a tiny bit more over just to kind of lock that into place. My god, look how stunning that is. I hope the camera's picking it up because, oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's literally beautimous. I'm literally so happy with this. Look how beautiful and teal this looks. I mean, it's a bit daring, but I kind of love it. I want to go into this bright orange tangerine shade and get that right in the inner corner and kind of like drag it maybe all kind of dispersed out. And we'll see what that looks like. It could look awful. I'm hoping it doesn't because then it's going to ruin this look, but we're just going to go for it. Does that look crazy or does it look kind of cool? I'm not sure. I think I kind of like it. Okay, it's kind of crazy, but there's something about it that I kind of like. I'm going to put the shade Shockwave, this one right here, this kind of like pearly, tealy, silvery white shade, and I'm going to pop it right on top of the orange, I think. Whoa, it's kind of glittery. I didn't expect it to be that glittery. Okay, I'm going to push past it because I'm not sure that I liked that decision. I think it was a little bit messy. Whoops. Okay, we're going to push past it. We're going to push past it. I'm going to use the shade Wired, this one right here, the brownish one, which is the only shade we haven't used yet. I'm going to take it on a pencil brush and just kind of smudge it on the outermost corner of my eye. And just take that on the lower lashes too. And I want to kind of run it all along, I think. Really tight to the lashes. I think that looks kind of cool. I'm so annoyed that I've messed that up. I really messed it up with that glitter, guys. I've taken the glitter off and just put the mattes back on. I'm going to go off camera, apply some lips, lashes, mascara, and then I will be right back. Okay, and that is the final look. What do you think? I mean, it's very daring. It's a little bit like, a little bit drag queeny, but I think that's just because of the pop of orange. I think if you were just to do this with the teal, I think it would look really nice. And I think alternatively, if you were just to use, let me just try and get it open again. If you were just to use the orange in the crease, and then like this just to kind of like define the outer V of your eye. Maybe pop this in the inner corner. You could do a really wearable look with just like the orange tone. So if you were to take this on holiday or to take it traveling with another palette, this could really do well as a pop of colour, because you can use the pop of orange to brighten like a really smoky brown eye, or you could put this all over the lid and then just dot a little bit of this in the centre. I really like the quality. I think they're very blendable. I love how unique they are. I love the packaging. I love the packaging so much, and I feel like it really reflects what's inside as well. I just really like it. So yeah, that's the look with the Electro-Turquoise Futurism number 5. What do you think? It's a little bit out there with the orange, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I forgot to mention that all the makeup that I have on my face currently will all be in the description bar down below. So if you're wondering what I've got on my face, my lips, my foundation, my blush, my highlight, whatever, it's all in the description bar below, including the palette that I've used today. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, give me a good old thumbs up, and hopefully you're looking forward to seeing the next Kaleidos palettes. I am. I can tell you that, I am. But yeah, give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell, because then you'll be notified of all the videos I upload. I upload every single week, and you wouldn't want to miss out on more content from me. No, you would not. Wow, that's getting faster and faster, you guys. It's getting faster and faster. Thank you guys for watching. I so appreciate you. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.